There's a recent bit of news that makes my inner 90s child very excited. Netflix and Nickelodeon recently announced a deal to produce original content based off of Nickelodeon's characters and TV shows. This will include both new movies and new TV shows, plus it'll include shows based off of brand new characters. But that's all we really know about the deal so far. Other than that, all we really know about this deal is that it will probably include a couple of spin-off series of SpongeBob SquarePants, including a musical series of Squidward, and a show called Camp Kelp that involves SpongeBob and his friends as their little kids. It's also said that there will be new content revolving around the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the Loud House. So far, these media giants have been pretty hush-hush about the specifics, but I think there's a lot of opportunity here. First of all, I just really hope that this means that all Nickelodeon content, past and present, will be featured on Netflix. Like I said earlier, I'm a 90s kid. I grew up heavily watching Nickelodeon. I'm even wearing a Crimson Chin t-shirt. I would love to have a single place to watch every episode of the Rugrats, Hey Arnold, All That, Kenan and Kel, Rocko's Modern Life, Cat Dog, the list goes on. I hope this means that we'll see more than just the Nickelodeon classics. I hope that we'll get to see the return of some of the more underrated Nickelodeon shows, like My Life as a Teenage Robot, My Cousin Skeeter, Cat Scratch. I want all of Nickelodeon's library to be there, movies and TV shows, and I want them to somehow grab Doug back from Disney's grasp. And I know that I definitely want to re-binge Avatar: The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra. Speaking of which, and speaking of the idea of new content, I would love a new Avatar series. We have an airbending Avatar with Aang, and we have a waterbending Avatar with Korra. I want to see the next cycle. I want to see an earthbending Avatar, and I want to see a fire-based Avatar. I want to see them do 4 shows, 1 for each element. If we have air and water, I want to see the other 2. Make it a full cycle of the Avatar to complete the series. I would love to see that happen. And a streaming service is the perfect place to have that sort of thing, because kids nowadays that are watching Nickelodeon might not be as interested in something like that, but people my age will be really excited to see it. And a place to watch all of the Ninja Turtles shows, because Nickelodeon now has the rights to all of Ninja Turtle shows. That would be amazing. I'm a huge Ninja Turtles fan. That, plus maybe new Ninja Turtle content, hopefully not just Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but hopefully a brand new series as well, and maybe even new movies. And maybe we'll be lucky enough to get to see the return of some other Nickelodeon characters, like the Rugrats or Cat Dog. Hey, with Cat Dog, maybe we can see what happens with their parents finally, that they teased all those years ago in that movie. And I would love to see the return of shows like Kablam, Angela Anaconda, and some other unheard of Nick series. Nickelodeon has been killing it lately with their reboots. They brought back All That, and it's really good. They made a movie of Legends of the Hidden Temple based off of the elements from the game show, and it worked surprisingly well. They also recently had a straight-to-DVD movie of Hey Arnold that explored what happens to his parents. Finally, it gave closure to a show that ended a long time ago. That means a lot to someone like me that grew up with those shows and never got to see that closure. Maybe we'll get to see that now with some other shows. Netflix has already helped out Nickelodeon with bringing some of their shows back. They recently just released a Rocko's Modern Life movie and an Invader Zim movie. Both were amazing. The Rocko's Modern Life movie brought Rocko into another modern world and had a lot of jokes about how things are nowadays, similar to how he was in the 90s. The Invader Zim movie, Enter the Florpus, was based off of the comic books that Jonan Vasquez made, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun to see the return of the characters, and it even joked about why Zim hasn't been around all these years. And a deal like this just makes perfect sense for Netflix. There's a lot of streaming services coming out. Disney Plus, HBO Max, Hulu, Peacock, you name it. Disney Plus obviously has a lot of family and children's entertainment. HBO Max, they're going to have all the Warner Brothers stuff, which is also a lot of family and children's entertainment. Netflix might have some things, but they don't have too much to compete with things like Disney. But now, with Nickelodeon, that's definitely going to help them compete with Disney and others. And I'm happy it's not just a new Nickelodeon streaming service because I don't want to pay for another streaming service. I'm happy that it's going to be on one that I already have, being Netflix. And with all these streaming services coming out, a lot's going to be pulled from Netflix soon. A lot of the Warner Brothers content is going to be pulled for HBO Max. Disney's pulling all their content for Disney Plus, and that's going to keep happening the more other streaming services come about. Peacock's going to pull all the NBC stuff. They're going to lose The Office and a lot of other shows. And this deal with Nickelodeon is going to help them a lot because they're going to have a lot of content that people are going to be really excited to see. People my age are going to want to see it for nostalgic purposes, and kids growing up will be exposed to something really good that hopefully they really like. Nickelodeon has been airing the recent seasons of Power Rangers, and all the series of Power Rangers are already on Netflix, but it'll be good to know that they're probably going to stay on Netflix then if Nickelodeon has the TV rights to them. And I don't know if kids nowadays are still watching these new Power Ranger shows, but putting them on Netflix, just putting the new ones on there as Netflix originals with Nickelodeon's help might be a good thing, because people who still want to watch Power Rangers, who grew up with it, will have an easy way to watch it. Not only could this mean the brand new seasons of Power Rangers just being on Netflix being easier to watch, but it could also mean maybe some fun returns of past Power Rangers characters. I would love if they had like an animated series of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers based off of the comic books, or even seeing where they are now as adults and what they're doing in just a little mini Netflix series, because Netflix does things like that, and that could open up a lot of doors. We got Rugrats All Grown Up, seeing them as older children. What about the next generation of Rugrats? What about their kids now being the new babies, the new Rugrats? Tommy and Chucky's kids now hanging out as the Rugrats. That's something that I would want to see. Butch Hartman has taken to YouTube to tease some of his characters where they've gone beyond the series, both with the Fairly Odd Parents and Danny Phantom. He's posted multiple videos of what happened after the events of Danny Phantom and when Danny and his friends are adults. And I think that would make for an amazing Netflix series. I've always wanted to see what happened after that. I just think overall there's a lot of potential here between new series based off of old content, and just a place for all of Nickelodeon's previous content all to be together to watch. It is just a 90s Nicktoons fan dream come true, and I'm so excited for it. And you know what? A few years back, there were little rumors and inklings of Nicktoons like the Rugrats and Angry Beavers and Hey Arnold and Doug getting their own movies, and then all meeting up in an Avengers-style Nicktoons crossover movie. And that could be a lot of fun done the right way, and Netflix might provide the right platform for that if they were struggling to get that off the ground. They had the Invader Zim movie, they had the Rocko's Modern Life movie. I expect to see more Rugrats movies, a Cat Dog movie, Angry Beavers, you name it. And then, you know what? Have a Nicktoons movie where they all meet up, and maybe it's a cross between animation and live action like Who Framed Roger Rabbit. You might think I'm crazy for wanting that. I would love it. Maybe some of the human characters in the movie could be some of the live action characters from their shows, like Keenan and Kel or Drake and Josh, or even Ed from Good Burger / all that. I'm just really excited for all this potential beyond more SpongeBob, even though I like SpongeBob. Let me know what Nickelodeon series you'd like to see return to continue on their stories, and what series you'd like to re-binge on Netflix. And let me know if you're just as excited as I am for this potential that this new Nickelodeon Netflix deal has. And if you're looking for more discussions on nerd culture with movie reviews and talks of Smash Brothers and tabletop gaming, head over to nonstopnerd.com. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.